So, digital eye strain is nothing but a group of eye and vision related problems that result from prolonged computer, tablet, e-reader and cell phone use. So, nowadays everyone has a gadget. Previously we used to have wallets and all, but everything now changed to digital currency, right? Similarly, all that whatever previously we used to have a lot of pen and paper, but now having a smartphone has become a normal thing in our day-to-day life. So, the other names which are used for this digital eye strain is computer vision syndrome, also called as techno-stress ophthalmopathy. By the way, how many of you are optometrists in this hall? Okay, so many of them who are here are opticians and mix of opticians and optometrists, right? So, if anything becomes too technical, just show it with your face expressions. So, I'll chop down the content technically. Now, if you see the amount of internet users in UK, or I mean, we'll come back to India how these are. So, almost around 90% of the people use internet from any age group above 15, and of course for educative purpose or for online business or for social media or for say ordering food through Swiggy, of course in India if it is so, or Zomato, right? So many online transactions or for any connection with people, you are nowadays are using small smartphones in your hands. So 90% of the people use this in mobiles. When it comes to India, if you see, all these people who use internet use smartphones, which means around 80% of the Indians use smartphones for accessing anything on the web. Now, how this is connected to digital eye strain, we will come back to that. The kind of usage of these digital screens, previously whatever things you do used to be sequential, right? You do one thing at a time in your life and then followed by the next activity. But now if you see, you are using gadgets simultaneously. So for example, you watch television and at the same time you use mobile to see if any messages have come, right? So maybe that you have to wind off and you probably should move for your next appointment, that which might be at theater or maybe office or things like that. Now this simultaneous use of digital screens which are lit with LEDs on a background demands a lot of eye related focusing capabilities or muscle which are put into strain, which keep shifting from your near vision gaze to intermediate gaze. So the demand for intermediate and near has become much more nowadays. Now what are these people complain of? So they have a lot of surveys which tells that there is a lot of simultaneous use of television and your a smartphone. Nowadays even smartphones are used as a remote for your smart televisions, right? So in which case you keep shifting your gaze from intermediate to near. And even around 70% of the population who use computers do use smartphones for any activity. Now these people who use these digital devices would have definitely some amount of discomfort, pain in their eyes, and also associate this with at least during part of the usage of the digital screens. Now when these symptoms, though they are very harmful and these all appear to be temporary, but there are several complaints given by the users which are usually eye strain or itchy eyes, dry eyes, or just rather than just eye sting and being eyes which are hurt because of the intense light which comes from the LED screens. Now eye symptoms, especially like eye strain, which is almost equivalent to your neck pain and the shoulder pain which would happen because of improper posture. So the kind of neck pain and the shoulder pain that you get is almost equal to the eye strain that you face when you use these gadgets, especially handheld devices, and the distance at which you use your handheld gadgets is much different from your computers or desktops or laptops. So we'll go deep into that in the subsequent slides. And most of these respondents have got problem in sleep, like which means most of the young or youth uses these gadgets in the night when the lights are all put off. So that will have a lot of difference between the background, which is very dark, and the intense light which comes off from the screen. So this puts them into a lot of strain, and also there is something else along with that, which again we will come into those points later on. So this will affect your sleep cycle as well. So which means if you want to have a pleasant sleep, it is not just being away from your home, but you should be making sure that you are not using gadgets in your bedrooms or in halls with lights put off. So there is various ways of classifying the problems which are faced, like visual, musculoskeletal and asthenospatia. Again, I am not going to go deep into all the symptoms, we will discuss it as and when necessary. But because of the theme and the focus of the current digital eye strain, which is relevant to today's discussion, I have classified them into ocular and visual. Ocular means what you see in on eye or inside the eye because of the exposure to several light sources or the radiation. Visual is what when you look at these gadgets based on the distances, angles, posture and all, what kind of visual problems that you might face, followed by ergonomic, which is mostly related to your sitting and the way you hold the gadgets in front of your eyes, followed by environment, that which currently you are seeing me in a lot of light, my face is so clear to you is all because of the light which is put on me, but I am seeing a lot of strain on my eyes is because of the light which is thrown on my face. Similarly, musculoskeletal, but discussing about this would be out of the scope of this presentation. Coming back to this ocular and visual, so the first important point, that what are the ocular effects of exposure to UV. So why I am talking about ultraviolet rays when it is something related to digital eye strain. Of course, these are not much connected to each other. If you see, most of the gadgets that you use are all indoors. But how is this connected to UV ray exposure? Yes, for sure, the individuals who step into your practice might have exposed to UV rays all throughout the day and might be in and out UV rays and maybe using systems, and then might come with some complaints in the evening saying that their eyes are stressed, or they have a lot of fatigue problems or eye pain, headache and things like that. So you need to understand what is the difference between a person who has got influence or effect on eyes because of the UV rays versus because of the digital gadgets that the person is using. So if you know what UV rays cause to the eye, then from there you can differentiate the problems which are caused because of the ultraviolet rays and then the digital eye strain. So this helps in that way. So the classification of ultraviolet rays is of 3 bands, like UVC, which is a band from 100 to 280 nanometers, and then UVA, which is 315 to 380 nanometers. So this ultraviolet rays, we all know that it is very harmful for the eyes and it would have its effects on the ocular structures. But UVC is again stopped by the ozone layer. Ozone layer is the one which protects you from having this on your skin or entering into the eyes. Then followed by UVB and UVA. So UVA is more important for us to understand how it affects the ocular structures. So when it penetrates into the eye, it is very close to your visible light, which means the damage that UV rays, which are considered to be harmful for the eyes, would have lot of ocular structural changes. Like say for example, I will be showing few pictures on that. So 90% of UVA would reach the earth's surface and might penetrate into your eye, whereas UVB is almost around 5% that would come on, and the influence of this 5% of UVB still will have its effects on the eye. So what are the factors because of the transmission that would cause? One is sun elevation. So how is the sun positioned to hit your eyes and cause damage to the eye? So we all expect that mid noon you would have sunlight coming perpendicular to the earth, and that would cause actually a problem to the eyes. But actually, if you think, if your eyes are positioned in an orbit or inside a bony structure, so having perpendicular hit of the rays might not be much affecting your eyes, but oblique incidence where the light enters into your eye is actually very harmful. So especially after noon, sometime few hours around from 2:30 to 3 onwards is very harmful for the eyes. And latitude. So if you imagine the globe and various the North Pole and South Pole, if a person is more towards the equator, the chances of exposure to ultraviolet rays increases. Okay, so which means we are somewhere close to the equator, so we should also be worrying with UV rays. And similarly, some other countries which are though not very close to the equator, but because of the depletion of ozone layer, they may have strong influence of the ultraviolet rays affecting their ocular structures. So also cloud cover, which means if there are clouds around, what do you all think? UV rays will be more or less? We all think actually UV rays would be less. Of course, in clear sky, there will be a lot of UV rays which will directly come and hit the surface of the earth. But when there is cloud cover, which means that a few clouds around the atmosphere, the water droplets in the clouds and the dust particles in that would actually scatter the light, scatter the UV rays as well, and this is more dangerous than having clear sky and hitting the ultraviolet rays on your skin or maybe into your eyes. So you should make sure that even on a cloudy day, one needs UV protection. The technical team, can this screen be on? It's put off. So then comes altitude, at what height you are. So UV rays again, as you increase the height from the sea level, again the UV ray exposure would be more. And as I was talking about the latitude, as you move close to the equator, the percentage of increase for every 1000 kilometers away from or close to equator, your chances of UV ray exposure would increase by 10%. Similarly, altitude, for every 300 meter distance, your UV rays would change by 3 to 4%, which means that again, as you are above from the sea level, you should make sure that you are protecting your eyes from ultraviolet rays. Again, ozone layer actually protects from the UVC, which is more dangerous rays, which would again damage your ocular structures. But nowadays this is getting depleted, which means it is getting exhausted, and this would have serious implications on your skin, and the percentage of cataracts might go up at least by 17 lakh per year. So just because your ozone layer is becoming thinner or it is getting exhausted. So which means that you have a lot of work to convince your clients saying that UV protection is much needed. So you should be choosing all those materials which are UV protective in nature whenever you are giving corrections to them. And also ground reflections. So the sunlight which falls on the surface of the earth and it bounces back and it will enter into your eyes from various directions, and the most common reflections of the sun, usually snow, but in Hyderabad and around Hyderabad you don't see much of snow, but 80% of light will reflect off from the snow, which is again white, which would have visible spectrum and also ultraviolet radiation. Apart from this, your tar roads, cement roads, grass, sand, water, this all would reflect ultraviolet light along with the visible spectrum. So which means that if there is any smooth reflecting surface around under the sun, you should again be very careful in suggesting UV ray or UV protective lens materials. So what do you see on eyes? Of course, you will see there are several changes that would cause from eyelids to retina. So eyelids again, of course we are not much concerned with the eyelid skin related cancer because we are all dark pigmented. So as your skin is much darker, you are relatively better in terms of resistance to UV rays. And tear film, it is a very thin moist layer which is present on your black part of the eye. So if you expose to UV rays, you will see frothy discharge. I don't know how many of you use a slit lamp in your practice. How many of you do use slit lamp in your practice? So few of you, right? So you see frothy discharge at the canthi, inner and outer canthi of the eyes. So that is again because of the disruption of the tear film, and this is because of the exposure to UV rays. And cornea, there are a lot of changes like photokeratitis or SPKs that you would see, and you can identify this by staining the eyes. Coming to crystalline lens, which turns opaque, but that means that you would end up having cataract after long term exposure to UV rays. And your vitreous, which is actually jelly in nature, would become liquefied, then followed by retina. So this also damage your retinal cells. So of course you have to be again very cautious about UVB, as we discussed to a certain extent, which needs protection from for cornea and ocular adnexa like lids and conjunctiva. So this chronic exposure to ultraviolet rays would cause photokeratitis, and these people who have got this problem called as photokeratitis would not come in the mornings to say that because of outdoor work I have problem with my eyes. So usually they turn up in the evenings, they will come to your practice having sore eyes, that is redness of the conjunctiva, and then they will complain of grittiness, burning sensation. So because either they might have used bikes and for long term travel during which they have exposed to UV rays, or it could be because of their nature of the work that they are exposing to UV rays, and also might be associated with their digital work or handheld device work. So in which case we might get confused with digital eye strain or something else. So what you need to understand is how much time they are outdoors, and simple thing is you just see the tear film. As I said, is there any frothy discharge? If possible, if you are able to do staining, just stain the eye and see, you will find micropunctate keratitis or SPKs on the cornea. So that will let you know that this is because of chronic exposure to ultraviolet rays. Of course, some people might not use slit lamp, so it will be difficult for you to judge, but you just keep in mind that one of the reasons of this fatigueness or sore eyes or tiredness could be also because of ultraviolet rays, which means along with your suggestions related to lens, there might be necessary for counseling on UV ray protection as well. So again, when you expose constantly to ultraviolet rays, there is something called as climatic droplet keratopathy, also called as spheroidal degeneration. I am skipping this because a lot of practitioners are not doing slit lamp, but people who know about this would find them as a golden yellow globules at around limbus first, and then that would migrate to center of the cornea. So absorption of the UV light, this is very important. Even for optician, you can just see and identify this pterygium, where is a fleshy growth on your black part of the eye, and also a yellowish spot just beside the black part of the eye, just beside the cornea, or either it could be on the nasal side or could be on the temporal side. If at all, if you see any of these clients in your practice, do suggest them UV protective lenses. So with that, you are not going to get away with this problem, but at least you can arrest the progression, and the redness that you are seeing because of the fleshy growth on the cornea and because of the irritation of constant exposure to UV rays, dust and poisonous gases around. So it will at least decrease the congestion, it will enhance the comfort to the spectacle lens wearer, and probably over a period of time you might see that congestion might go down, even the growth that could be arrested significantly. So that was all about UV rays so far that we spoke about. Now coming to the more important and much needed for the current generation and for the current practitioners who wants to update, is all about blue light. So beyond this blue light, you have ultraviolet rays, which are more dangerous and very thin in size when you look at the wavelength. But as you move from there, and when the size of the light becomes bigger, then you would see the light from blue to to red. So again in that blue there is a classification which is made which is close to ultraviolet, is called as harmful blue light or harmful blue violet, also called as high energy visible light, HEV. And you also have beneficial blue, which means within the blue itself there is something which is good for us and something which is harmful. So of course we as a practitioner, as an optician, as an optometrist might not be able to understand just by looking at the blue which one is good or which one is bad. But there is a lot of research and development which has happened on this particular light, and they found some important facts which we all should be knowing for our clinical practice. So the blue light which is very harmful is between 415 to 455 nanometers. Okay, so nanometer is much a fraction of your millimeter, which means that you cannot see and say what is the measurement by naked eye. And this 40 nanometer width, which is very thin, is going to harm your eyes. In what all ways we will see. And similarly from 465 to 495, just the 30 nanometer bandwidth, which is very thin color or small differentiation from this particular harmful blue violet light, is going to cause something good for your eyes. Okay, so are you all with me so far? Are you able to follow me what I am saying? Shall I move forward, or anyone wants this to be translated in Hindi? Not from the beginning, but at least little bit summary of whatever we discussed. Yeah. Hindi. So UV rays in Hindi it is called as Ati Neela Lohit rays. Okay. So these are अपने आंखों के लिए बहुत नुकसान पहुंचाएगा. So इसके वजह से आपको आंख पे जैसा आप यहाँ पर देख रहे हैं कुछ चमड़ी जैसा आपके खाले पुतली पे आएगा, और ये ज़्यादा अगर यूवी रेस को एक्सपोज अगर आप होते तो दिस विल आपका विजन को पूरा ब्लॉक करने का संभावना है. सिमिलरली एक येलो स्पॉट भी जो आप देखते नॉर्मली जब आप पेशेंट्स को एड्रेस करते समय, सो ये भी यूवी रेस के वजह से हो सकता है. सो आप सिंपल ये आप उनको सजेस्ट करना है कि यूवी रे प्रोटेक्शन लेंसेज पहनने के लिए. एनीवे आप उनके पावर के हिसाब से तो आप लेंस दे ही रहे, तो उसमें अगर आप समझाएंगे कि यूवी रेस के साथ अगर आप वो लेंस लेंगे तो शायद ये ऑफकोर्स इसको तो मिटा नहीं पाएंगे या इसको पहले जैसा तो नहीं कर पाएंगे, बट एटलीस्ट वो जो प्रोग्रेशन उसको जो बढ़ते जो जा रहा है उसको कम से कम रोक सकते. अगर रोक भी नहीं सकते तो कम से कम कुछ ज़्यादा दिन के बाद वो धीरे धीरे बढ़ेगा. सो बढ़ने का संभावना जो है वो बहुत कम हो जाएगा. सो सेम थिंग विथ दिस टू. सो दिस इज द मोस्ट, ये आप ज़्यादा देखते हैं आप शायद आपके प्रैक्टिस में. सो यूवी रेस के अलावा ब्लू लाइट. सो ब्लू लाइट से पहले आप जो अल्ट्रावायलेट रेडिएशन जो आप सुना है वो अपन आंखों से देख नहीं पाएंगे, बट ब्लू लाइट, ब्लू से रेड तक अपन आंखों से यू कैन सी एंड सेंस. बट ये ब्लू में भी आपको कुछ ब्लू आपके आंखों के लिए अच्छा कर पाएगा, और नॉट ओनली आंखों के लिए बट ओवरऑल आपका फिजिकल एक्टिविटी के लिए भी कुछ चीज़ें अच्छे चीज़ भी है उसमें, और आपके आंखों को बहुत अगेन नुकसान भी पहुंचाएगा. सो नाउ दिस, ये आपको पहचानना मुश्किल है कि कौन सा ब्लू आपके आंखों के लिए अच्छा है, कौन सा ब्लू बुरा है. सो आपका जो कंफ्यूजन जो है वो पूरा कंपनीज उनके रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट के इन्वेस्टमेंट या फंडिंग जो साइंटिस्ट को दे करके जो परिशोधन करके जो पहचाना गया है वो सब आपको लेंसेस में कोटिंग्स के माध्यम या नहीं तो लेंस मटेरियल के माध्यम आपको सप्लाई कर रहे हैं. सो सिर्फ आप ये उनसे लेकर के अगर आप आपके क्लाइंट्स को भी थोड़ा एजुकेट करके अगर आप दे पाएंगे तो शायद आपका जो क्लाइंट्स जो है लाइक सेटिस्फाइड भी रहेंगे, और दे विल हैव ट्रस्ट बिल्ड विथ यू. सो आपके ऊपर एक भरोसा आएगा और बार बार आपके ही दुकान में शायद लेंसेज परचेस करने आएंगे. सो ठीक है, so we'll go ahead again. I try again continuing English. Like as the gentleman asked, you can just raise and ask if you need translation in Hindi. So again, beneficial blue, जो blue अपने आंखों के लिए जो अच्छा जो करता है, so what is that? आप जो colors जो देख पा रहे हैं, So that is all because of good blue. So in terms of contrast, so बैकग्राउंड कलर और फोरग्राउंड कलर में जो अंतर आप देख पा रहे हैं या फिर वो पहचानने के लिए जो आपको मदद जो करेगा वो ब्लू लाइट से आपको मिल रहा है. Similarly, regulate your circadian cycle. So circadian cycle in the sense biological clock. जैसा अगर आप नींद आने के समय, so usually you will have some specific time, right? आपका दिनचर्या में जो आप खा पीते रहते हैं, फिर टीवी देखते हैं, उसके बाद वो खाना खाने के बाद इतने देर के बाद आपको जो नींद आती है. So this all is controlled by blue light. It's like, you know, for us it is very interesting to know that आपके जो लाइट जो है ये पूरा आपका बायोलॉजिकल सिस्टम को कंट्रोल कर पा रही है. एंड हाउ मच इज दैट? सिर्फ 30 नैनोमीटर बैंडविड्थ लाइट, एंड दैट इज कंट्रोलिंग योर रेगुलर लाइफस्टाइल. आप कब सो रहे हैं या फिर आपको नींद आ रही है या नहीं. सो दिस इज ऑल डिपेंडेंट वेदर यू आर रिसीविंग दिस ब्लू थ्रू वेरियस लाइट सोर्सेस. देन कम्स मेमोरी एंड मूड. सो आपका जो मेमोरी पावर जो है again is dependent on whether you are exposing to this good blue or not. Similarly your mood. So आपका mood भी ये light control करती है. And hormonal imbalance. So आपके body में कुछ hormones की ज़रूरत होती है to function normally. So that also is controlled by this blue light. So hormones are nothing but body में fluids रहेंगे. So बहुत ज़रूरी है आपका body fit रखने के लिए. अपना हर एक अवयव जो है वो काम करना है अच्छी तरीके से, तो ये फ्लूइड्स की ज़रूरत बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है. अगेन कमिंग टू हार्मफुल ब्लू. सो अगेन हार्मफुल ब्लू इज लाइक से 450 नैनोमीटर्स टू 455 नैनोमीटर्स. ये सिर्फ 40 नैनोमीटर बैंडविड्थ, एंड दिस causes lot of problems to retina. So again this is with long term exposure, and also in the sunlight this is 500 times more, which means when you go outdoors, apart from UV rays, you also need to protect your eyes from harmful blue light, which is 500 times more in sunlight. Similarly, in indoors, if you see LEDs, light emitting diodes, and handheld digital devices, these all will have lot of blue light which is emitted, and this would probably cause damage to your eye, especially to your retinal cells. Now of course blue light also would increase visual fatigue. So now I would talk about the factors how blue light will affect various aspects in your lifestyle. So one is how blue light is going to affect your fatigueness, visual fatigue. So when you expose to these LED screens, there is lot of blue which is emitted and the high intensity light. So कुछ साल पहले अपन जो भी चीज़ें कुछ अगर पढ़ना है पेपर लेकर के पढ़ते. सो पेपर इज नॉट ए सेल्फ लिमिनेटिंग बॉडी, राइट. सो लाइट पेपर के ऊपर गिर रहा है और वो रोशनी की वजह से जो भी लाइट रिफ्लेक्ट हो रहा है उस हिसाब से आप चीज़ें पढ़ रहे, जैसा पेपर और बुक्स, मटेरियल्स एंड ऑल. बट इन द पास्ट 15-20 years people have moved from this paper reading to e-reading or using gadgets to read anything. So even if they want to read novels or if they want to do anything related to paperwork, they are all using gadgets and probably they just use fingertips to type in. So and again ये LEDs आपको blue light ही emit कर रहा है. White light, we all think that LEDs are just emitting white light, but there is something beyond that what we think, and it is more dangerous for us to understand how these LEDs work. Again we would come back to this when I talk about environmental factors. Then again blue light will also cause visual fatigue because of the change in demand for accommodation and convergence. So now based on the distance at which it is put, so the amount of light which is emitted which will demand lot of accommodation. आपका आई का फोकसिंग का पावर जो है, आप जो भी चीज़ जितना नज़दीक रखते हैं उतना ज़्यादा फोकसिंग पावर की ज़रूरत पड़ती है. सिमिलरली आपका मसल्स जो है ज़्यादा खींच करके एक दूसरे के पास रखना पड़ता है. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो अनदर थिंग अलॉन्ग विद ब्लू लाइट, इट विल एड ऑन टू योर टायर्डनेस. सो आप थकावट का कारण ब्लू लाइट के साथ साथ ये दोनों और भी एड अप करके ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम करेगी. Now comes blue light and dry eye. So when these LEDs emit lot of blue light, which is very short in short wavelength in nature or short size in the wavelength, so this would make your eyes, the tear film get dried up. So practitioners जो tear breakup time जो measure करते हैं, so usually in the research what they found is the tear breakup time has gone down, which means आपका जो मॉइस्चर लेयर जो आंखों के ऊपर काला पुतली के ऊपर जो रहता है वो जल्दी थिन हो जाएगा और बिकॉज ऑफ दैट बार बार आप आंख ब्लिंक करने के लिए कोशिश करते. अगर आप आंख ब्लिंक नहीं करते तो आपको जैसा पिन लेकर के अगर कोई पोक करते तो कैसा लगेगा, ग्रिटीनेस और प्रिकिंग सेंसेशन, ये चीज आप महसूस करते. सो अगेन ड्राई आई और उसमें भी classification hai, so I am not again going to deep into that, but make sure that blue light exposure also causes dryness of eyes. Now glare is the most important thing. Of course the definition is there, but you all know that glare is like where a light source which is disturbing to get details of the object that you are looking at. So it could be for various reasons, more amount of light or light scattering from smooth surfaces, or which is not giving details of the object that you are looking at. Say for example here, so when is a lot of light which is coming off from the road and also indirectly reflecting from the screen, from the leaves of the trees and all, so there is a lot of glare that which is bouncing back and the driver is not able to get clear understanding of the objects which are present. So you need to have some glare controlling mechanisms. Again glares are of various types. उसमें again आपको ये समझना है कि किस तरीके के ग्लेयर से पेशेंट प्रॉब्लम फेस कर रहा है. सो उस हिसाब से आपको लेंस सजेस्ट करना है. कभी पोलराइज लेंस की जरूरत पड़ेगा ग्लेयर के लिए, कभी एंटी रिफ्लेक्टिव कोटिंग्स की जरूरत पड़ेगा ग्लेयर के लिए. सो सिमिलरली यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट काइंड ऑफ ग्लेयर द पर्सन इज फेसिंग एंड बेस्ड ऑन दैट यू हैव टू सजेस्ट द लेंसेज. नॉट ओनली लाइट विच इज एक्सटर्नल, मतलब आप कुछ चीज देख रहे हैं वो चीज से लेकर के आपके आंख तक जितने भी लाइट सोर्स है उससे प्रॉब्लम एक अगर पॉइंट है. सो दूसरा पॉइंट ये है जब ये ब्लू लाइट जो एम्बियंस में रहेगा, मतलब जैसे ब्लू कलर से लेकर के रेड कलर तक डिफरेंट कलर्स जो आप देख रहे हैं, ये अगर लाइट में एक ऑब्जेक्ट से लेकर के अगर आंख तक पहुंचना है, ये ब्लू लाइट ज्यादा स्कैटर हो जाएगा, विच मीन्स दैट इट विल गो randomly here and there and it will decrease the contrast of the object that you are watching, and also it will cause a lot of glare because of the blue light which will distribute haphazardly in the ambience. Now same thing, ये light जब आंख के अंदर जाता है, आंख के अंदर भी protein content रहेगा. So even that protein which is present inside the eye also will scatter this blue light inside the eye when it transmits. So इसके वजह से again you will have this glare problem multiplied, which means if you can stop the blue light entering the eye, especially the harmful blue light, you probably would enhance on contrast and enhance on clarity and also on the comfort. So again blue light can cause retinal cell damage, which means आंख के अंदर जो पर्दा अपन जो बोलते, जैसा अपन समझाते सबको आपके क्लाइंट्स को, सो ये पर्दे में जो छोटे छोटे सेल्स जो होते हैं, ये अगर ब्लू लाइट को एक्सपोज अगर होगा तो डैमेज होने का चांसेस ज़्यादा है. अगेन द डैमेज ज़्यादा कब होगा, जब इंसान का एज बढ़ते जा रहा है तब, बिकॉज एजिंग यू विल हैव लॉट ऑफ चेंजेस इन द बॉडी, राइट. सो आपका स्किन का जो टोन है कम हो जाएगा, यू गेट ग्रे हेयर एंड यू विल बिकम बाल्ड and many things like that. So along with that you also see changes in the retinal cells. Okay, then comes smoking. अगर आप smoke कर रहे ज़्यादा, so what happens is it will again kill lot of retinal cells and there is a chemical which gets accumulated in the retina. So retina में कुछ chemicals ऐसा associate और accumulate होगा, सब मिलकर के वो जहाँ पर आपका इमेज जो फॉर्म हो रहा है उस जगह पे जो केमिकल्स लाइपोफ्यूसिन करके एक केमिकल एक्यूमुलेट होगा, उससे आपको ये ब्लू लाइट एक्सपोजर के साथ कॉम्प्लिकेशन बढ़ेगा. विच मीन्स स्मोकिंग के वजह से प्रॉब्लम अगर आधा है तो ये जो स्मोक करने वाले ब्लू लाइट अगर एक्सपोज करेंगे, स्पेशली हार्मफुल ब्लू लाइट को अगर एक्सपोज होते हैं तो डैमेज और ज़्यादा बढ़ेगा. So one is smoking causes injurious to health, which you all know, but it also affects your retinal cells to certain extent. But when this added up with blue light exposure, it damages more. So the chances of damage to your eye is much more when you expose to blue light having smoke and also alcoholism. Of course, people or again research says to certain extent alcohol is good. Again, in a limited quantity. So I should quote that as well. So again, there are a lot of changes based on nutritional factors. अगर आप अच्छे तरीके का खाना भी अगर नहीं खा रहे हैं, so again this will also cause damage to your retinal cells. Again, persons having hypertension and diabetes, किसी को अगर शुगर की बीमारी है या फिर हाई बीपी है, हाई ब्लड प्रेशर, तब इन चीज़ों में ये सब एड ऑन करते हैं, मतलब ये प्रॉब्लम्स और ज़्यादा बढ़ा देते हैं. So what are the other things? Like as I said, sleep disorders. You probably नींद अच्छी नहीं आएगी या फिर गैजेट्स यूज़ करेंगे 3-4 घंटे, लाइट्स ऑफ करके चैटिंग करेंगे फेसबुक, व्हाट्सएप, और you update your status and keep chatting and all, especially with those who are abroad and all. So your timings doesn't match. Sometimes you have to sit and only chat in the evenings or late nights. So these all exposure to this gadgets blue light would affect your sleep cycle. So ये यूज़ करने के बाद जब आप नींद लेने की कोशिश करते तो शायद आपको इमीडिएटली नींद नहीं आएगा. So आप कुछ घंटे डिस्ट्रेस फील होंगे, उसके बाद आप थोड़ा भी अगर नींद लेंगे तो इमीडिएटली अगेन इट विल गेट डिसरप्टेड. सो बीच बीच में फिर उठना, फिर अगेन सुबह उठते ही यू विल नॉट बी वेरी एक्टिव. So that is another sign. So not getting sleep, and when you get up early in the morning, you will not be very active. So these are the signs that you are probably exposing to blue light more. And of course short wavelengths. Now जब आपका cataract जब बढ़ते हैं एज के हिसाब से, so usually आपका लेंस थोड़ा सा ब्राउन कलर के तरफ चेंज होगा. So ये जब लेंस आपका ब्राउन कलर की तरफ जब चेंज होगा, ये आपको जो ज़रूरत ब्लू है उसको भी स्टॉप कर देगा. सो इट मीन्स जिसको कैटरैक्ट है वो शायद उनको भी ये स्लीप साइकिल का इफेक्ट हो सकता है. बट ये जब कैटरैक्ट निकाल के जब नॉर्मल लेंस या आर्टिफिशियल लेंस से डालेंगे, उनका नॉर्मल स्लीप साइकिल जो है दैट वुड रिस्टोर. या एनीवन स्टॉपिंग मी? ओके. सो again, of course, in the problems faced, I just added solutions to blue light. So I'm just covering here itself so that you would probably attach with the problems that we have seen. So what we should be doing, a thorough eye checkup. So usually अपने optical stores में what we do is we just only try to give the appropriate correction. जिसका चश्मा जितना नंबर है, अपना AR यूज़ करेंगे या फिर अपना ट्रायल बॉक्स यूज़ करके we just try to correct that. But उसके अलावा भी अगर आप कुछ टॉर्च लाइट एग्जामिनेशन एटलीस्ट अगर आप करेंगे, शायद ज़्यादा कुछ क्लूज आपको मिलेगा. सिमिलरली अगर आप एक ऑप्टोमेट्रिस्ट को अगर हायर करके एक स्ट्रीट लैम्प उनको अगर दे देते तो शायद वो ये भी टेस्ट करके जो भी ज़रूरत है, जो टेस्ट करने की ज़रूरत है, वो सब करके पहचानेगा कि उनका प्रॉब्लम क्या है. सो इट कुड बी एक्सपोजर टू यूवी रेस, और इट कुड बी एक्सपोजर टू ब्लू लाइट, और इट कुड बी समथिंग एल्स. So not always necessary that all the problems would come because of UV rays exposure or blue light. So it could be something else. So you should identify what is the problem first and then you have to treat. So that's why comprehensive examination is important, and analysis of refraction. Now अपन सब समझते हैं कि अगर आप मैं अच्छी पावर अगर दे देता हूँ AR के हिसाब से या फिर रिफ्रैक्शन के हिसाब से, ये सब कुछ प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर देगा. ऐसा नहीं होता. ओके. अच्छा पावर के साथ उनको आप ये भी समझना है दोनों आंख साथ में काम कर रहा है. तो वो साथ में काम करने के लिए जो आप जो पावर दे रहे, शायद कभी ज़्यादा देने की ज़रूरत पड़ेगा, कभी कम देने की ज़रूरत पड़ेगा, या फिर कुछ ऑल्ट्रेशंस करके देने की ज़रूरत पड़ेगा. अगेन लाइक इफ़ यू हैव ए राइट प्रैक्टिशनर विथ योर ऑप्टिकल स्टोर, these people can actually restore an appropriate binocular vision component. Then again visual and postural related problems like उनको chair पे कैसा बैठना है when they are using gadgets and all. So most of us when we use gadgets we will not keep our head straight. So usually you bend your head, and much more than what you use for your computers and desktops or laptops, right? So that is another problem that you should address and counsel your clients. So similarly, you also should reduce it in your bedrooms and in halls, like putting off all the lights and using these gadgets. So that is another care that you should take, and you should tell them that if possible they can limit the usage of the gadgets, which of course is not possible for the current generation, but at least if you can suggest unnecessarily if they are using for some purposes like say gaming and all, at least in that context they can reduce the time. So in summary, UV light and blue light are potentially hazardous to the eye. Ultraviolet light और blue light आपके आंखों के लिए हानिकारक है, और अगर आप ज़्यादा एक्सपोज कर रहे अल्ट्रावायलेट रेस को या फिर ब्लू लाइट को, आपका आंख को ज़्यादा डैमेज होने का चांसेस भी है. So similarly, there are several factors like what sun elevation, altitude, या फिर height from the sea level, and clouds are there, or whether cloud free atmosphere, and reflection off from the ground. So these are very other factors that we have discussed. Then wavelength, especially 415 to 455 nanometers, which is only to tell you all the practitioners that even in the blue light, आपके blue light में भी हानिकारक blue भी है, और also आपके डेली लिविंग के लिए अच्छा कलर ब्लू में भी, विच इज एसेंशियल ब्लू करके जिसको बोलते हैं, वो भी इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो इन द ब्लू यू शुड नो दैट देयर इज अ गुड ब्लू एंड बैड ब्लू, एंड यू शुड बी नोइंग दैट विच इज प्रोटेक्टिंग यू फ्रॉम डैमेजिंग द सेल्स. Then again there are a lot of populations who might be at risk, like age, alcoholic habits, and also smoking habits should also be controlled and counseled, that they should be limiting that aspect. Now coming to the visual component. So far अब तक अपन ocular, eye related और visual, जब आप gadgets को देखते क्या क्या problems हो सकता है, so that we have seen. So I just sip little bit of water to continue. Okay. So you also should suggest small breaks like this when they work on system, so the strain levels also will go down. So now researchers क्या करें कि वो 3 visual parameters जब लोग digital gadgets use करते हैं, so they have seen 3 different parameters. What are those? Accommodative microfluctuations, contrast sensitivity, and critical flicker fusion frequency. So I'll put it very simple for you. Forget about all those 3 points. Most important point is the first one, that is called as accommodative function. What researchers did, परिशोधक लोग जो है वो क्या करे कि जब इंसान कुछ गैजेट देखते तो उनके खुद का पावर जो यूज करके देख रहे तो उसका लोड कैसा उनके विजन में इफेक्ट होगा. सो ये स्टडी करने की कोशिश की है. आपको मैं सिंपल एग्जांपल से समझाऊंगा. अगर आपको कुछ 10 किलो का थैली उठाना पड़ेगा, ओके, सो अगर आप सिर्फ उठा के अगर रखना है तो आपके लिए बहुत आसान है. सो एवरीवन कैन जस्ट लिफ्ट द 10 किलो बैग एंड यू कैन कीप इट बैक ऑन द बेंच और टेबल. नाउ अगर आपको वो 10 किलो का बैग उठा के अगर एक आधा घंटा ऐसा ही पकड़ना है, नीचे नीचे नहीं रखना है या फिर झुकना नहीं, बट ऐसे ही होल्ड करके एक आधा घंटा अगर आपको पकड़ना है तो क्या होगा? शुरू में 1 मिनट 2 मिनट डिपेंडिंग ऑन योर स्ट्रेंथ एंड एंड्योरेंस, you probably will hold it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. But after that what happens? आप स्ट्रेसफुली उसको होल्ड करने की कोशिश करते हैं, सो आपके हैंड शेक होना शुरू होगा, राइट? सो सेम थिंग, जब आप नजदीक के चीज जब आप देख रहे हैं ज्यादा देर, कुछ समय के बाद आपका आई पावर जो तब तक जो फोकस करके देख रहा था वो थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे होना शुरू होगा, विच मीन्स आपका आई पावर के ऊपर लोड गिर रहा है. सो दैट इज आफ्टर सम टाइम ऑफ यूजिंग द गैजेट्स. अगर जस्ट आप एक स्लाइड देखने के लिए अगर आप स्पेंड कर रहे हैं तो शायद नहीं, बट आधा घंटा 1 घंटा 2 घंटे या फिर 4-5 घंटे कंटिन्यूसली यूज करते हैं तो इन लोगों के ऊपर ये एकोमोडेशन का जो फंक्शन जो है इफेक्ट होने का चांस अगेन ज्यादा है. ओके, सो दैट इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस टू अंडरस्टैंड, एंड दिस इज द स्टडी विच इज डन. ये अगेन रिसर्च करके ये लोग ये फाइंड आउट किया है, ये एकोमोडेशन प्रॉब्लम के वजह से लोगों को ज्यादा तकलीफ पहुंचती है. सो अगेन द विजुअल फैटिग, अगेन आपका एकोमोडेशन जो है एकदम अगर वीक है तो यू नीड सम सपोर्ट in form of lenses or maybe in form of breaks or in form of arranging the digital devices from your eyes. So more farther आपको आई का पावर जो है बहुत कम यूज करने की जरूरत पड़ेगा. बट नाउ द करंट जनरेशन इज ऑल विथ हैंड हेल्ड डिजिटल डिवाइसेस. लाइक हर एक चीज जो भी आप यूज कर रहे हैं हाथ में है, राइट? आइदर इट कुड बी मोबाइल स्क्रीन और इट कुड बी कंप्यूटर, sorry, tablets or any Kindle for example. So for any novel reading also you do based on digital devices. Again, there are a lot of problems that we are present, like accommodation and binocular vision related problems. But what you have to understand is, again, an optometrist who are in your store can actually do a good job in identifying the problems related to accommodation और बाइनोकुलर विजन. बाइनोकुलर विजन मीन्स दोनों आंख साथ में यूज करने की साइंस जो बात करते हैं. सो दैट द ऑप्टोमेट्रिस्ट विल बी एबल टू आइडेंटिफाई द प्रॉब्लम एंड प्रॉब्ली ही वुड टेल दैट व्हाट solutions that they would need. Then of course dryness, burning sensation or irritation, the other problems that we see, strain, headache and all that stuff. But when coming to the ergonomics means the way you sit and stand and do your job. So which is all related to your body posture with respect to your job. Now most of the people who use various digital devices have lot of activities when they stand, sit and when they lie down. Most of us do, right? So अपन खड़े होके भी मोबाइल यूज करते, कभी बैठे बैठे यूज करते, कभी like most of the youngsters will use these gadgets when they lie down, especially in the night. So they again use this for watching various videos or serials, especially a middle-aged group, men or women, or maybe some other stuff whichever related or whichever interests them. So which means that the posture that you keep is very very important. Now what also they have noticed is that आप जो भी मोबाइल स्क्रीन अगर आप यूज करते तो उसका डिस्टेंस जो है नॉर्मल कंप्यूटर डिस्टेंस से बहुत क्लोज रहेगा, राइट? सो यूजुअली दैट रेंजेस फ्रॉम 29 to 34 or 35 सेंटीमीटर्स. मीन्स आपका कंप्यूटर, आपका रीडिंग मटेरियल, आपका डेस्क वर्क जो भी है, यूजुअली इट इज अराउंड 40-45 सेंटीमीटर्स. बट व्हेन यू यूज मोबाइल स्क्रीन्स यू कीप इट मोर क्लोज. जब आप नजदीक रखते हैं, अगेन यू हैव टू यूज मोर ऑफ योर आई पावर टू सी इट क्लियरली. And of course if it is a e-book reader, it is a little far. So which means smartphone is always very close than any other gadget that you use. Why? Because screen अगर छोटा है, आपका मोबाइल स्क्रीन अगर छोटा है तो automatically you will keep it close to the eye. When your screen becomes bigger in size, you will keep it little farther away. So this is usual tendency. But however, सिर्फ ये size of the screen एक ही रूल नहीं करेगा. आपका हाइट और आपका आर्म्स लेंथ, राइट? सो आप अगर ज्यादा लंबा है तो यूजुअली आपका टेंडेंसी है कि आप थोड़ा दूर रख करके पढ़ेंगे. अगर आप शॉर्ट हाइटेड है तो यूजुअली योर डिस्टेंस आल्सो विल बी very close to your eye. So these things also you should observe when they come to your practice. Similarly, these people also will have smaller the screen, आपका font size जो है उसमें एकदम छोटा रहेगा, right? So again the sizes are given for various gadgets. Let us skip that. Again angle. So अभी तक क्या किया अपन, ये स्मार्टफोन यूजर्स या फिर डिजिटल डिवाइसेस और उसका डिस्टेंसेस एवरेज कितना है. सो स्मॉलर स्क्रीन है या स्मार्टफोन है, बहुत नजदीक यूज करते. इसके साथ साथ जब अगर आपका स्क्रीन आंखों के ज्यादा करीब है तो आपको आई भी ज्यादा बेंड करना पड़ेगा, राइट? सो मोर क्लोजर इट इज and you also you'll bend your neck. So this is what again they have noticed. Again these are various angles, which means almost around 25 degrees के करीब, plus or minus 7 degrees, that you have to move your head. Now because when you bend your head, there's a lot of neck problems that you end up with. Okay, so आप थोड़ा भी अगर आप neck bend करेंगे तो इट्स लगभग 5 या 10 किलो का वजन अगर आपके नेक पे अगर रखते तो कितना लोड गिरेगा, ऑलमोस्ट लाइक दैट यू विल फील व्हेन यू बेंड योर हेड. एंड दिस इज वेरी कॉमन दैट मोस्ट ऑफ द स्मार्टफोन यूजर्स और डिजिटल डिवाइसेस हेल्ड क्लोज टू द आई, दे विल फेस दिस particular problem called as neck pain. Of course I am also feeling little bit, and feel much comfortable when you stretch it back, right? And there is called as text eye, text neck. Means because they use these gadgets most of the time, they bend their head, and if you see, usual posture would not be straight like this. Their heads will now turn or bend like this, and this is what is the common posture that you might see who are exposing to smartphones for longer duration. Then musculoskeletal, which means not only just eye related but various other stuff that are possible are like what we discussed: neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, carpal tunnel syndrome, which means it is more to do with usage of mouse and the wrist, and then venous thromboembolism. It's like blood supply जो आपका hand का या फिर neck का जो है वो कम होने का chance है, and also you will have this tension on the neck as well because you are bending your neck more and more for seeing closer objects. Coming to environmental factors, environment may, of course, now if you see in the current scenario, there's a lot of light around, right? And the lights that nowadays people use are much different than what it used to be before. So if you see in that regard, most of the light sources nowadays have become LEDs, light emitting diodes, and also high HID, high intensity discharge lights, especially your car headlights. If you see, this is very strenuous to the eyes when you look that particular light source when you are passing by any car or any two-wheeler nowadays. Okay, so what happens is आपका LED जब आपको white light देना है तो आपको 3 primary colors की जरूरत पड़ेगा. Means आपका red, blue और green, ये तीनों कलर का इनपुट अगर LED में है, ये तीनों मिला के आपको व्हाइट लाइट बाहर आउटपुट देगा. बट आजकल LEDs जो यूज कर रहे हैं वो एक्चुअली ये करते हैं कि कौन सा एक कलर का LED लेकर के उसका कलर टेम्परेचर बोल के एक कैरेक्टर रहेगा. सो दैट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक दे विल इंक्रीज सो मच, उसका कलर टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज करने के बाद हर एक कलर आपको व्हाइट लगने लगेगा. So even if you see this high intensity discharge lamps coming off from the car or any source, even for that matter, the light sources which you are seeing here, if you closely pay attention to that, there is a small amount of bluishness in that particular light. So that is what most of the manufacturers do. So they take LEDs which are like basically meant for blue and increase the color temperature so high that it will appear to be white for your eyes. So this is what is noted, and this is what is cool white LEDs that which are used will give lot of blue light which is harmful to the eyes. So अभी अपन देखें कि 415 से लेकर के 455 नैनोमीटर तक आपका आई को नुकसान पहुंचाने की संभावना ज़्यादा है. So all these LEDs in a way it will emit that range light. So if you see this, it is almost 100% when you use cool white LED. So other form is again daylight. Again you have lot of blue light present in the daylight, and it is we have seen that almost 500 times more in the daylight. And the daylight as an artificial light also is become a light source now. So one is cool light LED for functions where various occasions you use daylights बोल के बोलते. So उसमें भी ज़्यादा blue light रहेगा. So now how is the danger or how it affects your eyes is not just by looking at the light, but how much close the light is and how much time you are getting exposed to. So ये जो harmful light जो है आपका आंख के कितना करीब है और कितना देर आप वो चीज़ देख रहे. Like say for example screen. So all these mobile screens and digital devices that you are holding in your hands for work will emit all this light. So which means all these LEDs which are put in these screens, you are exposing to the harmful blue light. But the harmfulness depends on how close आपके आंख के कितना करीब है और कितना देर आप ये चीज़ यूज़ कर रहे हैं. So इस पे डिपेंड होता है. So if you are just using for short time, probably again you will restore your vision back, or you will not have much problems. But if you continuously expose, then you will have problems to that. Similarly, एम्बियंस ह्यूमिडिटी कितना है क्या है, सो विच मीन्स अगर ह्यूमिडिटी अगर कम है सो ड्राइनेस वुड बी मोर एंड यू विल फील लाइक प्रिकिंग सेंसेशन, सो आपको बर्निंग सेंसेशन ये सब चीज़ें जो है वो होने का चांस है. अगेन व्हेन द टेम्परेचर इज वेरी हाई, अगेन देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ टेंडेंसी दैट आपका जो मॉइस्ट कंटेंट जो है आंख में वो ड्राई होने का चांस है. Again, there is something called as transient myopia, because आप ज़्यादा नज़दीक का काम करने लगेंगे, because आपका आई नज़दीक के लिए ज़्यादा फोकस करके रहेगा, इमीडिएटली जब आप दूर देखने लगेंगे तो शायद आपका दूर का नज़र इतना क्लियर नहीं रहेगा. So which means again when the optometrist who is present in the store can identify whether this is because of the constant exposure to your gadgets and how to correct these particular people. So maybe if there is a possibility of doing cycloplegic refraction, that is what is ideal, again depending on the age group. And second thing is either do fogging method for identifying whether these people are having transient myopia because of continuous exposure to UV rays, continuous exposure to the close distances. Again, what are the preventive measures? So we are coming to the last phase of the presentation. So now this is all the problems that we have seen, like what are the various problems that they would face because of ultraviolet radiation, then blue light, then light factors or the postural factors and all that. So what are the solutions that you can offer? So I would be talking more in terms of several options that which are available, but followed by Ms. Anantalakshmi, who would be elaborating more on specific options related to spectacle lenses. So of course you will use filters which will filter out the harmful blue light. जैसा हमने समझने की कोशिश किया है कि ब्लू लाइट में भी अच्छी ब्लू और बुरी ब्लू दोनों होती है. सो आपका लाइट जो फिल्टर करेगा लेंस के कोटिंग के माध्यम, सिर्फ जो हानिकारक ब्लू है उसको ही रोकना है. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. अगर जो ज़रूरत ब्लू जो है अगर वो भी आप रोकने की कोशिश करेंगे, so again that will affect your sleep cycle, which means आपका बैंडविड्थ जो है वेरी स्पेसिफिक होना चाहिए. आपका जो लेंस फिल्टर जो है only should stop bad blue, which means when vendors come to you, when various lens companies come to you, one thing that you should know from them is, ठीक है आप ये ब्लू लाइट फिल्टर करके आप समझा रहे हैं, बहुत अच्छी बात है, मुझे ये समझाइए कि ये ब्लू में जो दो तरीके के ब्लू होती है ये दोनों को रोकती है या फिर एक को ही रोकती है. बस ये एक सवाल अगर उनके दिमाग में अगर लगेगा, so they will think that you know more about the harmful blue and essential blue. So they will be now providing in more appropriate lenses to you than just fooling you around. Similarly, use as much as halogen lights instead of LEDs. Again, this is a suggestion, but based on the availability, based on the current market, whatever they stock, you probably have very limited option on this. Then comes अगर आप बाहर के activities अगर देखते, so whenever you expose to sun, of course if you can limit it, it would be good. But if at all if you have to expose, wear brimmed hats which will have visor or 360 degrees. If you have a brim, that would be suggested. Along with that, you also use sunglasses. So this is one point that wear sunglasses would help in getting the strain away from your eyes, because lot of glare can be stopped through this polarized lenses, or it could be any sunglass which protects you from ultraviolet radiation. Now if not polarized lenses, again transition lenses would also protect you from this ultraviolet light and also ultraviolet radiation, also blue light. So what else? We of course maybe very little percentage of welders that you might see in your practice, but if at all welder comes to your practice, make sure that they definitely wear protective eyewear, especially for the intense light they have. The problem with these welders is, not the welders, but with the light source or with the work that they do is, the light which comes out when they do the job is very high intensity light, and your pupil, आपका जो काला पुतली में जो pupil करके जो रहेगा, I don't know what you call it in Hindi. Can someone help me? So yeah, pupil जो आपके आंख में जो रहेगा वो एक्चुअली छोटा होना है. सो जैसा ज़्यादा लाइट एम्बियंस में है या सराउंडिंग में ज़्यादा लाइट है तो आपका जो प्यूपिल जो है बहुत छोटा होना चाहिए. बट वो जो चेंज ऑफ द टाइम, सो छोटा होने की जो टाइम जो है बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम लगेगा. सो उससे पहले ही आपका जो ज़्यादा रोशनी जो है एमिट होगा. सो यू शुड मेक श्योर दैट यू गिव अप्रोप्रिएट प्रोटेक्शन टू दिस people who are working as welders. Again, you also can suggest, like apart from suggesting with various lens solutions, you should also tell them to blink frequently. आपका जो पलक झपकने का जो चीज़ जो है वो यूजुअली ऑटोमेटिक होता है, बट ये जब गैजेट्स जब यूज़ करते हैं यूजुअली यू फोकस मोर ऑन द कंटेंट एंड देन आप पलक झपकने का जो चीज़ यूजुअली एवरेज से कम होने लगेगा. So you should tell them that they should make sure that they are blinking normally, and mobile phones dark room में use करना अगर कम करेंगे तो अच्छा है. And there is something called as 20-20-20 rule, which means हर 20 मिनट के बाद 20 सेकंड के लिए 20 फीट का डिस्टेंट ऑब्जेक्ट को देखना है. Okay, it is 20 minutes of work, then 20 seconds break, not 20 minutes. ठीक है. So after 20 minutes of work, 20 seconds break and see distant object which is 20 feet away. So then that relaxes your eye muscles and then you will be able to continue with your work. This is most commonly, I think you all know this. Again, right posture. When you sit on system, make sure that your thighs rest well on the chair and your feet is grounded and your arms are perpendicular, the shoulder and the arm. And make sure that you use mouse also in a proper position, and there are a lot of ergonomic chairs which are available in the market, so you may have to suggest that also, which means it is not just that you only talk about eyes and then you give away lenses, but you talk as much as possible related to the problems that they face. Visual hygiene, which is nothing but having good light and which will directly would not enter the eye, but it will either come from top or from the back, so that you would not have the reflections much from the surface of the gadget that you are using. And also humidity levels around should be controlled. There is something called as critical flicker fusion frequency rate. It is something to do with the refresh rate in the screen, so you probably can ignore this because it is difficult to explain to all. Now also temporary suggestion or temporary relief would come from lubricants, that is refreshed ears or any eye lubricating drops. And other way is using night mode on your screens. Of course this is not to tell that not to suggest lenses to the individuals. Of course lenses are definitely needed because you don't have night mode when you go under sunlight. So you have to expose to sunlight at times. So in that perspective, you definitely need this blue filters. Similarly, ergonomic placement of the monitors, you can incline or decline the position of the screen, and also you can adjust your height of the chair or the table. So those kind of things you should be suggesting. And if now apart from all this that you are looking at as a digital eye strain, you should also understand if there is any अदर आई रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम. सो एक्चुअली उनका आई रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम अगर कुछ है इसके अलावा उसको पहचान के उसको ट्रीट करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. बिकॉज यूजुअली क्या होता है, आज पूरा डिजिटल आई स्ट्रेन के बारे में अपन समझ गए, सो कल से जाके जो भी आते हैं उनको समझते हैं कि सिर्फ डिजिटल आई स्ट्रेन ही है. ऐसा नहीं होता, उसको और भी कुछ शायद कुछ और तकलीफ है, कुछ और कारण की वजह से उनका आंखों में प्रॉब्लम है. सो उसको पहचानना इंपॉर्टेंट है और उसको भी ट्रीट करना है. सो ये अच्छा है जो भी आप शायद ये नॉलेज कैरी करेंगे, दैट प्रॉब्ली यू वुड पुट इट इन प्रैक्टिस, बट अलॉन्ग विद दैट यू शुड ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड इसके अलावा भी और कुछ बहुत सारे कारण है जिसके वजह से शायद वो आपके प्रैक्टिस में आया हो. Then comes as I was talking about, don't only think about just spectacle lens coatings, lens materials or kind of lens options that are available in your retail setup. Talk more about blink rate or changing the ambience or artificial light which is present. Talk about the chair position, sitting position and decreasing the time, blink rate. So when you talk all these factors to them, they will trust you, they will believe in you that you are a good practitioner than being commercial. So that element of that emotions that we said that, right, which connects people, so that element should be brought in. So again, you have to understand each and every person's problem is different, and of all the factors that we discussed, ऐसा नहीं होना कि ये पूरा पड़ा है तो पूरा उनको झाड़ देना है. It's not that. उनके लिए कौन सा चीज कस्टमाइज्ड करना है, सो ये आपको समझ के उस हिसाब से सॉल्यूशंस ऑफर करना है. सो देयर आर लॉट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम्स एंड लॉट ऑफ सॉल्यूशंस, बट व्हाट इज द स्पेसिफिक प्रॉब्लम दैट द पर्सन हैज गॉट, आपको ये चीज समझ के उस हिसाब से उनको सॉल्यूशंस ऑफर करना है. सो दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम मी, एंड हैव अ स्ट्रेस फ्री लाइफ. थैंक यू वेरी मच. Any questions if you may have, you can ask. अगर आपको कुछ सवाल पूछना है तो पूछ सकते हैं, अगर टाइम है तो नहीं, otherwise we'll. So sure. Yes.
ये जो ब्लू लेंस मैं रोज बेचता हूँ उसका लाइट पूरा कट हो रहा, वो कस्टमर के लिए अच्छा है नहीं तकलीफ दे है?
Yes. Now अभी अपन समझने की कोशिश की है कि ब्लू लाइट में भी अच्छी और बुरी ब्लू दोनों होगा.
उसको कैसा पहचानना मैं?
सो नाउ द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज ऑल अबाउट दैट. लेंसेस में कैसा ब्लू कट होगा, सो कौन से चीज, कौन से कोटिंग्स आपको स्पेसिफिकली वो जो हानिकारक ब्लू है उसको कैसा कट करेगा और पूरा ब्लू को कट करेगा. सो नाउ सपोज यू यूज दिस लेंस, व्हाट यू आर टॉकिंग. अगर आप सनलाइट के अंदर, सनलाइट के नीचे अगर जाकर के जब आप लेंस वेयर करेंगे, सो इमीडिएटली आपको लगेगा कि पूरा थोड़ा सा येलोइश साइड बदल गया
जी.
सो दैट यू एक्चुअली सेंस विथ लेंसेस, स्पेशली इफ यू सी द बैकग्राउंड ऑफ द ग्रीनरी और समथिंग लाइक दैट, थ्रू द लेंस itself, when you know through the lens and without the lens, when you see the around surrounding, then you will see that there is slight yellowish change in the scene.
Yes.
So that will tell you that even the visible blue and needed blue is also been cut. But however, to certain extent there is a overlap. अगर यहाँ पर जो भी अपन इतना बात की है कि good blue, bad blue, it is very difficult to take one a point where that beyond this is harmful and beyond this is beneficial. So that's why there is a confusion gap of 10 nanometers between these two. अगर कितने लोग नोटिस किए पता नहीं है, like 455 के बाद again it started somewhere around 465. So जो 10 nanometer जो है, it's like a overlap. So it's a confusion zone whether this should be considered as a bad blue or good blue. So वो चीज हर एक लेंस में रहेगा. So which means again you must know with the scientific content of the manufacturer. So what is the wavelength that it is cutting. So usually they will provide that information as well. So that is one way, and second thing is observing through the lens. So these two would give a rough idea about the lens, whether it cuts complete blue or a partial blue.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Any questions?
Okay, that's fine. Then I take it as you understood everything what I spoke about. So I think you.
Sri, even you can ask questions so that you're sure that they know what you've spoken. So you please feel free.
ठीक है, अगर कोई आपके पास आया है और आँखों के लिए जो भी तकलीफ जो उठा रहे हो, आप अगर एक्सप्रेस किया है कि नाउ आई यूज सिस्टम फॉर लॉन्ग टाइम एंड देन आई वांट टू चेक अप माय आईज, सो व्हाट पॉइंट्स आप कंसिडर करेंगे चेकअप करते समय, करने के बाद, और कैसा उनको समझाएंगे कि उनके लाइफस्टाइल में क्या क्या चेंजेस लाना है, along with all the solutions that we discussed. या फिर डिजिटल आई स्ट्रेन से ये बंदा तकलीफ उठा रहा है, आप कैसा समझेंगे उनसे बात करके? प्लीज गो अहेड.
फर्स्ट तो मैं एंटी ग्लेयर के लिए प्रेफर करूंगा, एंटी रिफ्लेक्शन कोटिंग के लिए उसको प्रेफर
Okay.
करूंगा. उसको समझाऊंगा कि आपके आईबॉल को जो है ना 14 आवर्स टू 12 आवर्स और जो भी आप वर्क कर रहे हैं पूरा ग्लेयर्स आ रहा, ग्लेयर्स कट करने की मैं कोशिश करके उसको सेटिस्फाई करके जहाँ तक हो सके ब्लू लेयर्स लेने की कोशिश करूँगा और उसको समझाऊंगा देख भाई तेरा प्रॉब्लम ये है तो उसको दूर कर सकते हैं अपन. आजकल डिजिटल लेंस आए हुए है, ब्लू ब्लॉक है, ब्लू यूवी आया हुआ है, 4-5 कोटिंग्स है जैसा कि सफ़ायर 360 है, ऐसे लेंस देने की मैं कोशिश करूँगा अपनी तरफ से. उसके अलावा अगर कुछ है तो मैं वही नॉलेज लेने यहाँ पे आया, आप बताइए मेरे को.
मैं अभी ये पूछ रहा हूँ, आप सॉल्यूशंस तो बाद में,
जी।
बट वो प्रॉब्लम से फेस कर रहा है करके आप कैसे समझेंगे? मतलब उसको गैजेट्स के वजह से प्रॉब्लम ज्यादा हो रहा है, या फिर जो अपन समझे कि डिजिटल आई स्ट्रेन से प्रॉब्लम फेस कर रहा है करके आप उनसे बात करके कैसा पहचानेंगे? पहले प्रॉब्लम को आइडेंटिफाई करना है,
हाँ।
उसके बाद सॉल्यूशंस अपन दे रहे हैं।
जी हाँ।
सो आपके पास जब अगर कोई क्लाइंट या कस्टमर आपके पास आते हैं, तो उनके आंखों के रिलेटेड का प्रॉब्लम जब बताते हैं, तो वो प्रॉब्लम में से ये सिर्फ डिजिटल आई स्ट्रेन की वजह से ही इनको प्रॉब्लम है करके आप कैसा पहचानेंगे?
उसके आई बॉल ड्राई हो जाएंगे, उसका रेटनेस, उन्हें खुद अपने को आके कंफर्म करेंगे ना, सर मेरे को ये प्रॉब्लम है बोल के,
ओके
तो मैं उसको सेटिस्फाई करूंगा बाद में।
ओके। सो अगेन आप जो प्रैक्टिस रिलेटेड मैनेजमेंट का जो है, इवन मिस अनंत लक्ष्मी इज आल्सो कवरिंग इन दैट. So again, maybe after that particular session, we probably both together can address some questions.
ओके, मैं करता हूँ, बाद में फिर करता हूँ मैं,
Okay,
प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
so all to Mr. Nick now. Thank you very much.